Time out, please. Again, I'm really sorry to make you sit there and read paper. I don't know if you do that in other classes, but I hate doing that in mine. I find that really condescending. All right. So I want to see who's where on the paper. Touch your nose if you read the intro. Touch your nose if you skimmed the format. Touch your nose if you've read the suggestions for not sucking. Touch your nose if you've read the strategy section. And what about the grade section at the end? That's good enough for me to talk about. We're in a unit that I think has some really deep questions. Should we control population? Can we control population? How do we control population? How do we weigh humanitarianism versus pragmatism? You know, a lot of my units are pretty cut and dry. We need renewable energy. Okay. We got to conserve water. Okay. We need more localized foods. Okay. But when it comes to this unit about how humans don't have enough Earth to go around, I think questions get really sticky. I mean, if you're okay with, like, genocide and stuff, then managing the planet is pretty simple for another few years, but even then you've got really fundamental decisions to make. So I like the idea of having a debate here. The topics are about population control, illegal immigration, the regulation of population growth at the government level, and the most fundamental question of all, I guess, whether or not it's even possible to control populations. When I say debate, most of you think of rhetorical engagement, meaning you think of argument. And argument is fine. I will need you to argue aggressively for your position. And I'll need you to be pretty ruthless about not agreeing with your opponent's position. But this is much more, you know, from my point of view, like designing the project, what I visualize and what I think of you doing, I want more of a research assignment than an argument assignment. So you will be graded on your data, on your facts. I'll tell the audience, your job is to evaluate their data. Every debate topic that I will be giving you has roughly an equal number of wins and losses on either side. Over the last 8 years, I've removed or replaced or modified any topic that is inherently unwinnable. As far as I'm concerned, there's a perfectly legitimate, logically defensible position in each of them. And so really what you're doing is trying to see who's got the best facts. Here's how you'll be graded. Individually, you'll get 2 points for turning in your research. And I don't mean 2 points for burning some paper through your printer using Wikipedia and the Control-P shortcut. I know that you can all print off the internet. I'm not giving you 2 points because you printed papers. I'll give you 2 points if you have analyzed what those papers say, and if have pursued some research objective. I'm pretty flexible, I'm forgiving. But I need to be convinced that you've actually learned something. I'm not just going to start throwing points because you have the biggest stack of papers. So please look up. I want to see annotated, summarized, highlighted, reassembled, considered research, not printout alone. Then if your team wins, you get another 2 points for a maximum of 4, which is a lot of class worth credit. But mathematically, I'm sure you all understand that half of you will lose. And so, what's up with those crows?
They probably like so much of that.
Offside.
They just get excited.
You guys ever seen crows fighting hawks?
Yeah.
I love it. I saw two bald eagles fighting for the attentions of a third while driving away from Zion on my road trip in the desert, and that was okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So where was I? Oh yeah, 2 points for the research. If you lose, you'll get 1 point for being on the losing team. So in order to make up that extra point, we look up. I will offer you a loser's essay. So essentially, there's no penalty in terms of points for losing, but if you want the same points as the winner, you got to do more work. You know, if you don't make an incentive for people to win, a lot of students will just blow it off. Yeah.
Does the team have to write an essay, or is it individual?
Individual. Some members of your team might have 109% and they don't really care at the end of the semester. So, everybody put the baby. So what I'll do today is I'll randomly assign your teams. You don't get to choose this time. Sorry. Good. Second, I'd like you to exchange contact information with the rest of your team. And third, I'd like to give you the secret to winning. For a winning debate, you need the most facts. For a winning team, you need the best communication. If on Monday you say, hey Tyler, look, I found out something interesting. And then on Tuesday, Tyler says, oh yeah, I talked to Gamble about that. Let's tell Ryan. And then Ryan says, oh yeah, well that's interesting. In Jose's class on Wednesday, they said blah, blah, blah. You start to get what I call the knowledge inside your team. That's really the secret. If everybody's on the same page and you're all like chasing your goals and you're all communicating, and this is an ongoing process, you've won, I promise. If you say like, hey Lauren, I'm going to be really busy until the day of the debate, so you do this research and I'll do this research and I'll talk to you later, that is disastrous. Teams that don't communicate and don't research actively for a while can't do it, because you'll get to the debate and it's like, hey Ruth, wait, that's what I had. I don't know what they're talking about. Do you know what they're talking about? And I've seen teams lose so miserably. Oh my God, I've seen teams get dominated. You know, like ties happen, it'll be like 14 to 14. Third 15, you know, close call. I've seen like 24 to 1. It happens all the time. There'll be like kids that get up there and it's just like, wait, I thought you did. I thought. So will they still get like points for the note? Yeah. But you know, a lot of times that same kid, you know, the problem is the note doesn't happen sometimes. I've seen kids get a 0 out of 4. I mean, it happens obviously. Oh, I guess so, yeah. So I guess I'm going to 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. Oh, yeah, not so bad. 3 points! Yeah, exactly. So I guess that's true. Everybody will have 1 free point. I gotta change that now that I think about it. Next year I'll score this differently. All right.
You just make it 1 point for the winning team, 0 points for the losing team.
Exactly. Make it out of 3.
Who doesn't win 1 point?
So now me. I want to give you some suggestions. Suggestion numero uno. Exchange contact information right away. Suggestion numero dos. Don't tell anybody what your topic is. The funny thing is, if you know you're going to be debating Ryan, you'll plan your debate based on your opinion of Ryan. Either he's going to school us, let's blow it off and just do the essay. Or he's a schmuck, we don't even need to study, it's no big deal. Some of you will say, oh, well, I know that he gets really angry, so watch, I'll just antagonize him until he snaps. I've seen kids cry. I've seen kids call each other bad words. I've seen people like push off their table and they were proud of it.
Do you get points taken away if you say that, or if you start crying? Points taken away if you
I don't need to discuss this yet. So anyway, excuse me.